Welcome back to the Boneyard podcast, everybody. This is your host, Artemis Brower, along with our good friend, our producer, our co host, Josh. If you notice, we are down a man tonight. One, Jared Shafford, he could not make it. He has some personal issues going on. So keep Jared in your thoughts. But the show must go on, content must go on. And Josh, we appreciate you filling in, being our ace, being our shooter. And how you?
Absolutely. Doing good, doing good. Glad to be here. Glad to get to help you run the show today. So
Yeah.
it'll be a short one though. Not much
Yeah,
going on.
not
No
much
game to look forward to yet.
good times. Good times. At least we're on ECU football. I can't really say anything about ECU basketball being good times. But at least we're on ECU football. Good times. But would be reminiscent if we didn't mention Rollback. That is a sponsor of this podcast, a sponsor of this show. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't mind, please, please, please sponsor them. Go support them. Go get your pirate gear at Rollback. Go do that for us. We really appreciate it. And it's Christmas time, right around the corner. We know those last minute gifts are coming up. So go out, do that, and support Rollback as they support us. But 65 to 65. Josh, you got a 65 for us?
I do have a 65, and this 65 is going to be near and dear to me because of my former position when I played football in high school, of a center for the Cincinnati Bengals. Not a crazy great career yet. Seventh round pick in 2024, still young, still a lot to prove himself with. But Matt Lee of the Cincinnati Bengals,
Okay.
hopefully they can get a little bit better, make it to the playoffs this year. Maybe not, but I think that he's been doing a pretty good job using that number 65. It's hard to get a 65 these days. Hard to get a 65.
It is. It is. I will keep up with that trend of the big uglies down front, the big guys. Also another offensive lineman. I think he's back from injury. I'm not too sure. I know he was out. This is kind of cake. This is kind of an easy one, but that's Lane Johnson. That's the only one I got. 65 Lane Johnson, Philadelphia Eagles. Probably going to be a Hall of Famer. Even though his team is struggling right now, we'll see if the Cowboys are going to catch him in that division. But that will be my 65 for the week. Lane Johnson. But getting into this episode, Josh, ECU, FAU, last regular season game, and it was a spectacular victory for the boys, 42-3. ECU, an absolute drubbing. With the win, ECU reached eight regular season wins, for the 22nd time in program history, and the first time since 2014. Finished conference play with 6 victories, which is the first time in the American that they've done that feat. And the first with 6 league wins since 2013, which was our last year in CUSA. 21 points in the first quarter, which was tied for a season high, which was 21 versus Army and Charlotte as well. 42 points in the first half, and then also 5 takeaways. So just offense, defense, special teams, absolute belt to ass. Josh, how did you feel about the last regular season win for the Pirates?
As nice as the final score looks, to me it was a letdown. Because
it was a letdown.
No, yeah, because if that's the score at halftime,
that's true.
That should not be the final score. I don't care either way. Either you get better or you get worse some way, but there's no way the score at halftime should be the same score as the final. That any game that does that, count me out. You've lost me.
But we won 42-3. There's no way you
don't care
in that game. So you were disappointed.
I was disappointed in the second half. Yeah.
What about the overall win? Just the overall game.
The overall game was okay. I'll say I feel like, and this is gonna sound wild because of the final score. I think that we played down to our competition, to be honest with you. Like they were making so many mistakes that it felt like we couldn't make those same mistakes to match them. But in reality, I mean, yes, we played a good first half. We put the points up on the board. The defense had their takeaways. All of that is great and amazing. We had explosive plays all over the place. All that's great, fine and dandy. It's just a matter of, did FAU not, have anything else in the tank?
This is simple, Josh. We just let our foot off the gas. That's all that is. You get up 42-3. You know that, okay, if we wanted to come out in the second half and drop another 40 on this team, we probably could. But we're going to let our foot up off the gas. We'll probably get some other guys in. We're going to rest a little bit. We're going to soak in this 8th win and get into 8-4 in the regular season. Like, if ECU wanted to score more, they could have scored more. Obviously, I don't think it was FAU just got better in the second half. That's not what happened. We just let our foot off the gas. That's it.
I look back. I think back to that Birmingham Bowl game where ECU just kept scoring. Like we didn't let halftime be enough against Coastal in that game. And I think that this game could have been one of those 650-yard games of total offense type, just like statement. All right, yeah, we got beat the week before. Yeah, we might not make it to a conference championship, which now we know that we aren't there. But this team is still fighting. Like, this team is still going to punch you in the mouth for 4 quarters, and they're going to dominate you if they have the ability to.
I'm just okay. 5 takeaways, fumbles, 3 interceptions, 525 yards of total offense. That's also the 16th time in 18 games that we've had 400 or more under Blake Harrell. 9 tackles for loss in this game, only allowing 3 points. I don't know. To walk away from this from anything but bliss. I get it. I would have wanted more in the second half. I'm with you. We could have dropped 56, 60, 70 some points on these boys and really sent them packing. But I don't know, Josh. Like, that's kind of a Scrooge mentality to me now. 42-3 is 42-3.
In this NIL era, in this highlight-driven society, that's just how I've got to see it as. Would Nick Saban be happy winning 42-3 if that was the halftime score?
He'd be ecstatic.
If that was the halftime score, do you think he'd be ecstatic?
I don't think he'd come out to the media and express his true feelings. Now, he would go in that locker room and be like, "Oh, in the second half, we got some things to work on," even though they won 42-3. But I don't think he would express that to us.
Right, exactly. But that's all I'm saying is that my expectations are just that when we can dominate, just because I'll say this for the Coastal game, we could have easily let Coastal score at any point in that second half because we knew that the game was. I mean, they weren't going to go on a run and catch up. At the same time,
that was for a shutout though, because that's a little different, right? You're going to be a little more motivated when you know you could have a team lay a goose egg for the game. So
for sure.
But I hear you. Look, I think my overall takeaways, and it's 2 parts for me. The way we finish, and I know that second half we just touched on it, but still to have the UTSA game, right? To get drubbed the way you did against UTSA, and then to bounce back against FAU, to get your guys back. Harold got the boys back right. To go down there to Boca Raton, to handle your business, to get ready for bowl season the right way, and to finish with 8 wins, to finish with at least 8 wins in back-to-back seasons, which is, we haven't done that in God knows how long since I was
13,
in school.
14, yeah, 13, 14.
Yeah, that's one thing that I take away from that. And then secondly, because I really did have my doubts on Coach Harrell coming in. It's a lot different. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know Jared Shaffer thought he was a slam dunk. I did not know if he was gonna be a slam dunk. I really wanted to see what he was gonna do this season to really, because it's one thing to be a lame duck coach. It's one thing to be somebody that can tread water. It's another thing to actually be a guy that can galvanize your troops, that can actually get us to that next level. And I feel like ECU football as a program is finally starting to get back to at least consistently good. If we can just stay in that consistently good, we're not going back to 3 wins, 4 wins, 5 wins. We're hovering in that 7 to 10 win range consistently every year. And then that next maturation is also competing for conference championships. I didn't know if he was going to be able to do that in his first real season as a head coach. I think we got the guy. Now, obviously, you keep winning, you keep being successful. They're going to come poach our guys. They're going to try to come get a Harold, come get a JDB, what have you. So we see how long this honeymoon lasts. But kind of curious about your thoughts overall as far as the program going forward. I know we still got a bowl game to play.
Oh yeah,
but how do you?
As far as the program as a whole, I think that there's a lot to be said about how our offense has produced this season. There's a lot to be said about how well our offense did. But the true hero of this season is the defense. The domination of the defense is what gave the offense the opportunity to do what they did. Looking at the numbers of 39 rushing yards. Now, granted, like I said, the game ended with the score of 42-3. But in that second half, even still, in the entire game, the Pirates defense only allowed 39 rushing yards.
Right.
The third time that we've had 40 or less rushing yards in a game, that is ridiculous to me, because I don't, my brain cannot comprehend a defense not allowing a running back or a running back. I mean, the quarterback could have scrambled for 220-yard gains at some point and cracked it. It just doesn't happen with our defense, basically. And on the special team side, I will say, having not missed an extra point this season, I mean, I imagine 2022 without missing an extra point that season. I mean, the first game of that year against NC State alone is a totally different story. So, I mean, it's a lot of the details right now that I think ECU has really honed in on and focused on and has gotten much better at.
Yeah.
A +6 turnover margin this season. Just everything about it has been great. So I just, I think that the trajectory of this team at this current moment is better than it's been in a decade.
Oh, for sure. Bar none. And, like you mentioned, the defense obviously doing their thing. Offense, I think it was a little bit more expected that the offense would kind of do what it does in the JDB. Second year to Keaton Hauser, really kind of getting it going. However, I still think that offense, putting up some of the numbers that they did, being as successful as they did, I'm still a little shocked by it. I am a little shocked by it. Going through some of these numbers here, just ECU on the season, as far as overall wins, we're tied with Wake for the best record of North Carolina and South Carolina FBS schools with 8. First in the American in scoring defense, total defense, sacks, tackles for loss, third down defense, and red zone defense. So basically, you're telling me we have the best defense in the conference. And then top 25 in NCAA offensive stats, second fastest team in the country. We were 9th in first downs as an offense, 12th in passes over 30-plus yards, so those explosive plays, 12th on third down conversions, which that is something, just a little caveat, in years past, we've been absolutely awful at converting on third down. So that's a big one as far as being top 12 top 12 in that stat. 14th total offense, 16th in passing offense, and 25th in scoring offense. So all in all, overall team effort with this specific squad, I would say phenomenal. I would say absolutely phenomenal, given what we were expected to do this season. And then there were still games we were left on the table. We finished 8-4. And there's games that you look at and say, man, we really could have a 10-win season if we really wanted to. We could.
Yeah. And the unfortunate thing about it for me is that I feel like it was, and this is not to put blame on this group. So I don't want anybody to take it as that. I'm saying this as an acknowledgement of what the statistics are telling us, that the running back room was not as productive as they probably could have been. The fact that Marlon Gunn had his first career 100-yard rushing game in the final game of the season this year tells me that, hey, we probably left a lot on the table from that running backs room this season. And, for whatever reason, it happened. But the imaginary world where our rushing attack is just as good as our passing attack this season, that would have won us a conference championship. I think that alone, that one missing piece from this season of having a rushing attack that matches the passing attack, or that is comparable. I'll say comparable, not necessarily. I'm not saying a top 25 rushing attack, but at least something that's right up there with it. That would have had us winning the conference championship. That probably would have had us with really one loss. Well, no. Probably two losses. I think that if our rushing attack would have been a little bit more stabilized, we probably could have beat BYU. I think that game goes different.
Yeah, and because you had every opportunity in that first half, especially against BYU, and it just kind of steamrolled and snowballed from there. But I do want to ask you very quickly because it is bowl season. We got these projections coming up. I'm hearing obviously you got Military Bowl that's every single year we're projected to go to the damn Military Bowl. But Myrtle Beach Bowl, Gasparilla Bowl, Liberty Bowl that we played in before, Birmingham Bowl, obviously, Armed Forces, Fenway. What would you be leaning? Where would Josh want to see ECU play as far as a bowl game?
I would lean off of that list, Gasparilla. I would love to go. I would love to go to Tampa, and on December 19th, I'd love to play an ACC team. And if Duke loses the ACC championship game, depending on how things shake out, that could be a very nice matchup. A very nice matchup. But outside of that, there is one sneaky bowl game that might be looking to trade out for an ECU matchup.
Okay.
And that is the Duke's Mayo Bowl. And I would take that any day.
Now that's what
against an ACC opponent.
Right, and we can get to that. That's just down at 85 in Charlotte. That's an hour 15-minute drive. I wouldn't mind that one at all. I would actually love to see ECU playing in the Duke's Mayo Bowl. I'm with you on Gasparilla. I wouldn't mind Gasparilla. I wouldn't mind Myrtle Beach either. That's a cool one. I personally like the Fenway Bowl. I don't know why. I guess just because it's just played in Fenway. It's different. It's cool. I think that we want to see ECU playing the Fenway Bowl, and people I think pay attention to that bowl game too. So I would like to see him in that one, just as long as it's not military, as long as it's not in Annapolis at the Military Bowl. I just don't want to see that one again. Sorry, I don't. I know it's a good bowl. It's going to be an ACC opponent. I just don't want to see it. I just don't.
Yeah, I don't want to go back to Annapolis. It was a great city. It was a great trip, but I do not want to go back. I just don't want to go back. If we can go somewhere warm, I don't want to go back to Myrtle Beach either. We've been to Conway this season, and I think the worst part about the Myrtle Beach Bowl is that Myrtle Beach knows ECU will show up like crazy to a game in Conway because we've done it earlier this season.
Yeah,
and just ECU alone would sell out the stadium. So I don't know. To me that doesn't give me bowl game vibes. That gives me home game a few hours away type vibes. So, but yeah, I will say that there's a couple of bowls who've already announced, and so good on you for the Cure Bowl, USF. You lost your coach and you got sent to the Cure Bowl. You got to play ODU. I'm not sure USF wins their bowl game.
I mean, it just depends on how motivated they are, right? Like how motivated are any of these teams that lost their coach? I mean, you got North Texas playing Tulane in a conference championship where both those guys are going to be heading out the door, and really one of those teams is still going to a playoff that we think they would be. Who else do you have? You have USF, you got Memphis. So really, how motivated are any of these teams going to be with all their guys?
Yeah, and the other part of why I hope that we play Duke is because I'm still banking on Manny Diaz making a return to Penn State. Now,
at this point, that's looking likely. But where's Penn State going?
Where's Penn State going right now?
They swimming missing at least 6 guys. So where are they going at this point?
Oh, this is honestly like watching the downfall of Penn State is crazy because it's like you guys made that decision for what? To be honest with you, I thought that the head coaching field was going to be full already, just because of the previous firings that had already occurred with Oklahoma State. And then for them to do that, it was like, okay, you guys are trying to be early, but unless you get a head coach announced in the next couple of weeks, you might be on the bad side. And here they are on the bad side because everybody's getting an extension.
Yeah, and signing these guys quick. I mean, BYU with the quickness on his name was out there for about 2 hours, and BYU was like, no, we're gonna go ahead and sign that extension. I know Signetti was the first one because Penn State really wanted Signetti from what I hear. And Indiana quickness was like, nope. So yeah, I mean, as a Michigan fan, womp. So that's just kind of how I feel about Penn State. It is what it is. You had a 10-win guy in the building. and you said it wasn't good enough. You went to a national semifinal last year, and that wasn't good enough for you. So don't know where you're going to find better, but good luck to them. I do want to ask, though, because you mentioned Duke, what would be another opponent you'd want to see ECU play this year in a bowl game? If you could choose, like maybe like your top 2, top 3 opponents you'd want to see.
Bowl eligible, but not playoff. I would say Wake Forest is another one that I would like to see. I think UConn, isn't UConn bowl eligible?
Yeah,
I would definitely like to see UConn as a just one of those like, hey, you guys left us, and you guys did decent this year, but you would not match up in this conference type situation. Not South Alabama. Southern Miss. I think if I don't know if Southern Miss made it to bowl eligibility. I haven't really looked at Sun Belt, but yeah, those would be my main ones.
I'm curious why Southern Miss?
Because Southern Miss, I would like to see ECU play a team that where we've seen the coach before. The coach is very familiar with us. A lot of the players follow the coach. They're very familiar with us. Mm-hmm. The school has a bit of a rivalry with us. So like the institution has history. And John Gilbert left them for us. So I think it just be a culmination of so many different points of pride on both sides. So what would you like to see on the bowl tip?
I would definitely say, Duke, which was mentioned. I think that would be a good one. I think I'm with you on Wake, just because Wake had a sneaky decent season, and it's just one of those kind of regional matchups you don't really see a lot. And they ducked us, so because they ducked us, yeah, I would like to see Wake on there. Really, one of those good Sun Belt teams. I mean, I really would like to eventually get a matchup with a JMU. Like that would be a good one that I'd like to see. ECU JMU battle of the purple, or just one with App State, because anytime you can get one with App State and beat up on App State, that would be a good one. But yeah, I would say those, and then really any other team. I'm trying to think of any other team in ACC that's bowl eligible.
In the ACC, you got, so I guess you outside of the 10-win teams, you got Pitt, SMU, Georgia Tech, Cal, Clemson, State, Louisville, and Louisville's the last one, and Wake. So
I would throw in SMU just to get some get back on SMU, and Louisville, because I just like Louisville. No, I think that would be good. Louisville versus ECU. I think that would be a cool little matchup. So
yeah, I think Louisville ECU would be a good Fenway Bowl matchup. Like if that was in Fenway, I think that draw good fans from both sides.
I agree. All right. Any last thoughts on ECU football? Wrapping it up as far as the season, as far as the game.
Yeah, no, I think from what we've seen this season, I'll pose this question. From what we've seen this season, what do you think would be the key to making next year a conference championship year?
You have got to finally win those games that you are expected to lose. So when you're in a high pressure moment, high pressure situation, I'm with you on the consistent run game, because obviously that running back room and it came on late, but that's got to be better next year. I think the offense is not going to take a step back as long as you have JDB at the fold, which we expect him to be there. Obviously, Harold coming back, and then honestly, the conference is going to be wide open. And so I really do think with our schedule lining up for next year and with the conference being wide open next year, I really do think it's not out of the realm of possibility for us to get to 10 or 11 wins. I think the blueprint has been set this season, just kind of fine-tuning a little bit here, a little bit there. And then when it gets tight, because you're going to have a game that gets tight, and we still get into situations where we can lose a game, we can play down the competition, or we can lose a game when it's high pressure that we should win, but for some reason do not win. And I think that's that next level, that next step. We did have some games where it was like complete start to finish. Okay, this is inferior competition, and we put them away. And that's in years past, like an FAU we'd struggle against FAU. We may struggle against a Coastal. We may struggle against an Army. All three teams, we kind of beat them handedly. I think that next maturation now is when you actually play a good team, like an NC State at the beginning of the year. And State obviously was okay. They were good, but they weren't great. That's a game you got to be able to, high cooker, high pressure situation. I know it's week 1. You got to be able to get those done. So
are you calling for us to beat Bama?
No. Absolutely.
Based on everything you just said, we are going to run the ball down Bama's throat.
Specifically this season, Bama's a different beast. I'm sorry. I forgot about Bama week 1. Pirate Nation, my apologies. We're not going to Tuscaloosa and winning that game. I'm sorry. We are going to start 0-1. Unless something unforeseen that I don't know about, I would just be happy with going to Tuscaloosa and competing for about 2 to 3 quarters. That would make me happy.
I also want to just circle back real quick to the bowl game conversation, because I think something could occur that would make life the funniest thing ever. That Coastal Carolina could attempt to buy out the final ECU Coastal football game at ECU for this bowl game and hire Mike Houston in the same week. They very well may try to pull that off.
They would and could do that.
They very well. And I wouldn't put it past them. And honestly, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind them picking up Mike Houston, and I wouldn't mind them buying out the last game of that series for this bowl game, because I think that would be the ultimate cap of, you played NC State to end the year, and then to start the year, you played Coastal at the beginning of the year, then to end the year, we're going to Bama to start the year, and then we're going to host them in the college football playoff at the end of the year, with them being our only loss next year.
I'm with it. And like you said, they're gonna have Houston, because we had Houston. God bless Bicep Mike, but yeah, y'all can have it. Y'all can have it. So,
all right, you ready for a quick gambling corner? I know we got conference championship games this weekend, so we've got the first game of the series, which is probably the least interesting conference championship game in years, is Kennesaw State at Jacksonville State.
Oof.
Kennesaw State 2.5 point road favorite. Over under is 60.5. 60.5. And that's not the highest over under in these conference championship games.
Wow. So these must be 2 pretty good offenses. Jacksonville State versus Kennesaw State. I'm not going to sit up here and lie like I've seen either one of these teams play any down of football at all this season.
Hey, look, I've watched Jerry Mack in Kennesaw State a couple times.
Okay.
I mean, it is conference. Say it's Kennesaw State. I mean, I'm not sure what else you're really looking for. what else you can really ask for there. I do think that I'll take it first and just say that Kennesaw State will win this game.
Okay.
Because Jacksonville State, I don't think that they're really in it now. I will say Jacksonville State did not have a letdown after losing Rich Rod, which I think is a great sign for their program. Rich Rod's back at West Virginia this year.
Right.
Jacksonville State's right back in the conference championship game. I think that's a good sign for the program. But I think Jerry Mack gets this one. Okay.
Side note on Rich Rod, just because I've seen plenty of him coaching as a Michigan fan. I do think he's one of the most overrated coaches in America. I just do. I don't like, he had that nice little run at WVU when we were younger, but outside of that, he goes somewhere who won 7-8 games. It's not like he's winning conference championships all the time. It's not like he's winning 10 games all the time. I don't know. It's kind of a hot name for no reason to me, but that's just my 2 cents. I'm with you though. I'm with you. I will go Kennesaw State just because I have no idea. Kennesaw State. I'll take the over. If they put it at 60.5, I'll take the over.
Oh yeah, taking that over. I will say Most overrated coaches, Brian Kelly.
I'm with you on that. I would agree with that.
Brian Kelly.
Yeah.
All right, the Sun Belt, Fun Belt Conference Championship game. You've got Troy, who is, for whatever reason, in this matchup against JMU, who is currently ranked number 25. So JMU could technically maybe leapfrog both American teams if they do what they're supposed to do, because they are a 23.5 point home favorite in a conference championship game, with the over-under set at 46.5. So I think this one's pretty self-explanatory. Hey, they should bring in Billy Napier immediately and let him coach this game. They should let him coach this game.
I mean, it couldn't hurt. Look, everything's already in place with JMU, so it couldn't hurt. So
I mean,
get them on the sidelines now.
Chesney's already gone. Like, I mean, you might as well just start next year off with a nice bang and get this conference championship win.
That in itself is crazy, because you got JMU sitting at 11-1, right? They're obviously probably going to go 12-1, win their conference. If Duke wins and beats Virginia, JMU might get in. JMU and the winner of the American might get into the playoff. That's a legit possibility if Duke beats Virginia. I don't think Duke beats Virginia, but if that happens, that's a real possibility. But yeah, give me JMU. Give me the over, just because JMU's probably going to score a lot of points. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go under. I don't know if Chesney's coaching this game, but I'm gonna go under.
Okay.
I'm gonna go under. This next game is the big one, though. The one for all the marbles, literally, in the G5. Number 24, North Texas, goes one state over to number 20, Tulane. Tulane is a 2.5 point home dog.
Mm-hmm.
And the over-under set at 66.5. 66.5. This is, for Tulane to be a home dog and both coaches being on the way out, like, that is, I mean, I think you got to give Tulane a little bit more credit than that, don't you think?
I mean, yes and no, just because Tulane, to me, has looked a little suspect at times this year. And I think that South Florida win against North Texas was a little fluky, just because South Florida caught them sleeping and just got out to this crazy lead, and North Texas couldn't come back. North Texas could very well be 12-0 right now, going into this game. I actually like North Texas in this game. I agree with that. I have heard that Tulane doesn't even have this sold out. How the hell can you have a good program and it's not even a 40,000 seat stadium and you don't have it sold out? I don't care that it's New Orleans. I don't care that it's a big city. You got to have at least 35,000 people in the city to care about this program, at least. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. So I actually like North Texas in there. What's the over under this?
The over under 66.5.
Ooh, they both do score a lot of points. I'm gonna go with the under, though. I'm actually gonna go with the under on this.
All right. I'm gonna go with the over, and I'm gonna go with North Texas. I mean, friend of the pod, John. So actually, no, friend of the pod. Got it. No, friend of the pod, John Summerall. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I 5 seconds of doubt. Never again, because you are a Gator. And, I think, just personal side note, for John Summerall to go from Tulane to Florida, and for me to be able to meet John before he was at Florida, that's like, as a Gator, this is like the best thing.
And if he goes on to be like really successful too, then it's like, okay, yeah.
That'd be awesome. But you got to take care of business here. You have to take care of business here. The sex quarterback has got to do what he's got to do. You got to fuck him up if you want to say that. But yeah, I think this is going to be one of those games where it's going to be a shootout, though. It's going to be a shootout. And I've got the over and Tulane winning that one, going to the playoffs.
I like it.
Next up, finally on our Saturdays, or no, one more game on Friday night. Sorry, one more game on Friday night. You got UNLV at Boise State.
West.
UNLV at Boise State. Boise State is a 5.5 point home favorite, and the over-under is currently set at 58.5. What you got on this one?
I've seen a little bit of both these teams play. Boise State has come on late after starting a little shaky. UNLV's had a really sneaky good season. And I like Dan Mullen. I think he's a really good coach. I don't like how his exit happened at Mississippi State. So I'm actually going to go UNLV in this. What was the over under one more time?
The over under was 58 and a half.
58 and a half. I know a lot of people probably got Boise, but I think I got UNLV and Coach Mullen. I'm gonna take the over on this as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna go UNLV, but I'm gonna go under. I don't think. I mean, it's gonna be cold probably at Boise State, and UNLV plays in air conditioning all the time. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the away team though. Just low scoring game. Next up, finally on our Saturday slate, you got number 11 BYU visiting the place of their only loss this season at Texas Tech, where the spread is Texas Tech 12.5 point favorite, and the over/under set at 49.5. Now, BYU lost by was it 23?
Yeah, they got beat pretty bad.
12.5 point. I mean, that's a little generous based on previous evidence. Yeah. What you got on this one, Nardi?
I know BYU just lost to Texas Tech not too long ago, and it was a lot to a little. But I still think this is a pretty good matchup. I think BYU is going to cause a little bit of chaos there, and I think they do go into Jerry World and beat Texas Tech for that Big 12 championship. I think they both get into the playoff, and it's going to cause some headache for about 2 or 3 of these SEC teams that are waiting for BYU to lose. I think BYU gets it done. And whatever the over-under is, give me the over because these offenses are going to
49.5.
Yeah, I'm going to take the over.
Yeah, give me the over as well. But I'm gonna have to go with Texas Tech winning this game. And I do think BYU keeps it close, though. I do think BYU comes out inspired, makes an even better case to be considered for the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I think even if they lose, because help me remember, it's the top 5 conference champions that make it into the playoffs, right?
Yep.
So you got the Big 10.
Conference champions, yeah.
All right, so you got Big 10, SEC, Big 12.
Yep.
Then I guess that's when you get to the ACC/American.
Right.
Right. And then possible Sun Belt/ACC.
Correct.
Figuring out a way to get BYU in while also losing is going to be hard. That's going to be hard.
I don't think the committee will do it. I think BYU has to win to get in, even though their only loss is 2 losses to the conference champion Texas Tech, which will probably get a first round bye. So BYU would have one of the strongest arguments in the country that we only lost to a team with a first round bye and a conference champion, but they would be sitting at 11-2 with no titles to their name. So,
yeah, I think I'll get back to this one in a minute. I'll get back to the scenario in a minute. So next up, we got Miami of Ohio. Somehow the MAC got a Saturday noon game as their conference championship as well. And I'm pretty sure it's played at Ford Field, right? Like this is. Yeah.
Yep.
Why is it not at Western Michigan? I don't know. But Western Michigan's only a 1.5 point favorite in this game. The over-under is 42.5. That is the lowest over-under of the conference championship games. So, yeah, I'm gonna just say Miami of Ohio because that'll be the only Miami winning a conference championship this year. And the under.
Facts. Yeah, look, I've got a coworker that went to Western Michigan. She is a diehard Bronco. She loves her Bronco. She's always talking about Michigan and Western Michigan. So you know what? I'm gonna give little brother some love. I'm gonna go Western Michigan here over Miami of Ohio. And I agree. This should be on campus. This should not be a full. This should be on. But yeah, give me Western Michigan. Give me the under.
Under. I understand. So on this game, number 3, Georgia. I guess technically they're at home, or I guess the Georgia Dome is now an away venue for them. Or so at Alabama, who is going to be considered the home team in this game. Alabama is a 2.5-point dog, and the over/under is 48.5. I think if Alabama loses this game by a wide enough margin, and BYU keeps it close, but loses at Texas Tech, there could be I think that the committee has to take BYU.
So BYU, if BYU loses close, and what was you said if Alabama beats Georgia?
No, and Alabama loses big. Like
Okay.
Alabama gets blown out.
Okay, yeah. If Alabama gets blown out, because they're sitting at what, 10-3?
Yeah.
Yeah, then I would agree. You got to put in an 11-2 BYU over a 10-3 Alabama. I could still see the committee putting in Alabama over BYU. I could absolutely see that. But I would tend to agree. If it's a blowout, now if it's Georgia 31, Alabama 30, Bama's getting it. Bama's getting it.
All right. Georgia 2.5-point favorite on this one. I'm gonna go Alabama to win though. Honestly, I'm gonna go Alabama to win, and I'm gonna go with the 48.5 under. This could be another LSU Alabama field goal matchup.
It could be. I'm going to agree with the under because I think both these teams really want to come out and win this game. I'm going to go Georgia slightly. I definitely my heart is telling me Alabama, but I gotta go Georgia just slightly in the SEC championship game.
I completely understand. I mean, the Georgia Dome is their home. I mean, Mercedes-Benz, but
de facto home game. So.
De facto home game. And next up, we've got the ACC championship game. Duke going down to Charlotte to play Virginia. Now, Virginia is a 3.5-point favorite. That's it.
Wow.
Number 17 in the country.
That's wow.
And the over/under is set at 57.5, which is also wild to me because neither one of these offenses look like they are going to put up enough to make that clear easily, at least I'll say. Yeah, I mean, I believe in Duke. I do believe in Duke, but I don't believe in them winning. I believe in them teaching great scholars and being good at basketball. So I'm gonna have to go with Virginia on this one, and I think that they cover that spread by probably more than just 3. I think they probably can spot them a touchdown, honestly, easily. But the under probably is going to hit them.
If I'm the head coach of Virginia, I'm putting the spread all over the locker room, all over. Like they only think you're good enough by 3.5 to a 7-5 football team, and this just fell into their lap. They didn't earn their way into this conference championship. It literally fell into their lap because SMU couldn't take care of business. Yeah, I got Virginia. I got the under, and I do think Virginia, if they come out and play the way they're supposed to, they should win this. I think by double digits. Even though Duke is scared some teams, Virginia's a better football team.
Mm-hmm. And the last game of the conference championship weekend, I guess technically same time as that Duke Virginia game. So if you got YouTube TV, you can multi-screen, whatever. Number 1 Ohio State versus number 2 Indiana. Ohio State is a 4.5-point favorite. That feels weird. And the over/under is 47.5. I'll let you take this one first since you are our resident Big Ten expert.
Yeah, look, Ohio State is a well-oiled machine. I'll be just completely honest with you. They look like they're sleepwalking to a national championship, and that's very scary, I think, for everybody else in the country. Because I don't know if they've hit that final gear because they just haven't been pushed. Like nobody's actually pushed them to a close game outside of Texas, but even Texas was like, it really wasn't that much of a scare. Indiana, if somebody's going to do it, I do think Cignetti's going to have them boys ready. I think that offense can match up pretty well with an excellent defense in Ohio State. I think Indiana pushes them, but I do got to go Ohio State slightly in this game. And I do think Ohio State will cover, but it'll be one of those late pushes where Ohio State will cover. If they see each other again in the playoff, I could see Indiana winning that game. And I think this helps Indiana seeing them in the Big Ten championship to get them prepared if they had to see the Buckeyes again in the playoff. But I got Ohio State in this one, and give me the over.
You know, I like all of the logic that you presented. I like all of the logic you presented, and typically I would agree.
Mm-hmm.
This conference championship game will be played in the capital of Indiana.
Yeah. There better be a lot of Hoosiers. There better be a lot of Hoosiers in that building.
And I just don't think Curt Cignetti is going to let that fly by.
That's the first one.
And because of that, I think that Indiana wins this game because Curt Cignetti's not going to he's not going to allow Ohio State to come in there and do what they want to do all game long. It'll be much like any other game that Indiana has played this season against a good team. I mean, they beat Oregon at Oregon.
Right. They really do check all the boxes very well, much like Ohio State, but Indiana does a lot well. They do a lot well.
And, you know, while a lot of people would say, who have they played? Doesn't matter who they've played. It's about who they're playing.
Right.
They're playing Ohio State. And to a certain extent, I feel like Indiana, because they haven't played nearly as hard of a competition, are more prepared for this game physically. Because they don't have the typical wear and tear of what an SEC team would have at this time of the season. But Ohio State has had to battle a couple times. Not really battle, but they've had their scars. So I think that this game is one of those where Indiana just look more organized. And also, Brad Hartline will be leaving Ohio State at the end of the season. I'm not sure that he or the rest of the offense is going to be as dialed in to this game as they should be, just because of the outside noise.
True. I hear you. I look, this is 1 versus 2. I fully expect this to be the best game of the weekend. This should be the best game. It's the best matchup. This should be absolutely the best game of the weekend. And with it being in Indianapolis, that is a nice little nugget there, because I do expect that building for the first time all year. It might be 60-40 Indiana to Ohio State. So,
yeah, I mean, in terms of close, in terms of the most competitive games, I do think Georgia Alabama will be the most competitive game of them all. But yeah, I definitely understand what you're saying with the Indiana Ohio State, because that is a matchup made for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Now, just a couple things before we wrap up. I do want to say shout out to Rice, who might possibly make it to a bowl game at 5-7. There's some things in the works. There's some things in the works. Rice is ready to fill a spot if they need to. Wanted to give them a quick shout out because a lot of people doubted them.
They're 5-7. They should have done.
Hey, they're 5-7, and their head coach was coaching at Davidson College last year. I mean, yeah. All right. Outside of that, that's really all I've got. We'll do Army Navy before Army Navy. We'll save that one. Absolutely. Let Jared weigh on that one. Absolutely. You got to walk the plank this week.
I do have a walk the plank, and this is when I saw the video, I had to run it back a few times. Like, there's absolutely no way. I'm sure you've seen this, but the Buffalo wide receiver, Buffalo had a football game, Maction, and I forget who they were playing, but basically the wide receiver caught the ball right. He's at the 40-yard line, running down the sideline. The defender is at least 5 to 6 yards behind. Not going to catch him. He's outrunning the defender, and he chooses to just step out of bounds. He could have ran another 15, 20 yards to score the touchdown. If you haven't seen it, look it up real quick, Josh. And he actually just casually, nonchalantly, just steps out of bounds. Buffalo's down 15 points, by the way, in the third quarter. So the game is still well within reach. You score there, you make it a one possession game. It's not even the fourth quarter yet. So it's still a very competitive game where you should go in for the walk-in touchdown. And Twitter and Instagram just exploded this morning in the last 2 hours. Because obviously, when you do that, is it Vegas? Are you betting? Are we shaving points? What's going on? Why did you step out of bounds? So that would be my walk the plank. That Buffalo wide receiver. Did you see the clip?
Yeah. My question here though, serious question though.
Snow with space makes the catch.
Did we not catch this over the weekend? Like, why did this just become a thing?
When it looked like he was in the clear.
Yeah, because I was like, when did this happen? Because
I don't know.
I just called it
space makes the.
And I'm like, there's no way.
Yeah, I don't understand how everyone missed this over the weekend. Because I mean, Buffalo was 5-6. So yeah, this was over the weekend. I mean, how did everyone miss this? That's really the question.
Who are they? Was that Ohio? Did they play?
Yeah, it's Ohio.
Okay.
Hey, but Tim Alvin, sorry. I mean, we might should have stayed.
It's just, what are we doing? You're going to easily score. You're going to easily score. And the homeboy coming up to him like, what are you doing? Why did you go out of bounds? Like, score the football. Yeah, that there's got to be an investigation on that one. I'm sorry. That screams Vegas.
Like, I'm watching it, trying to figure it out. Like he doesn't show any injury. I don't know. Like he must have felt something.
Tripped up, but like it's not enough to where you're just gonna casually just go out of bounds like that.
Yeah, no, I don't know why he. Yeah, that's wild to me. That is wild.
Yeah,
I'm gonna check real quick to see if I have a walk the plank. I might have a walk the plank right now, actually. I just need to check on the score. I have a walk the plank without this though. Los Angeles Clippers walk the plank.
Oh yeah, good plug. Yeah.
Like what are we doing? What are we doing? The greatest player in your entire team's history.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how you repay him after years of service. Walk the plank. Walk the plank. And then walk the plank to my high school, Hickory High School, who just lost in the Western Regional Final.
Oh.
We are not going back to a state championship. Congratulations to Crest for the 39-21 win. It is what it is.
Sorry to hear that, brother. It's all
Would
right.
our guests like to join us?
What up, boys?
Yeah.
Hello.
How we doing?
What's going on, brother?
What'd I miss? Anything fun?
Yeah, you missed everything fun. You missed everything fun.
Yeah, you missed everything. We'll walk the plank.
What's been the walk the plank so far?
Mine was the Buffalo wide receiver. I don't know if you saw that clip where he caught the ball, could have scored a touchdown, chose not to score a touchdown, and just ran out of bounds.
I did see that. I did, like, third quarter, like a minute and a half left in the third quarter. Like, what are we doing, dude?
Yeah.
I mean, how are y'all not talking about Lane Kiffin's dog not actually being Lane Kiffin's dog?
That was hilarious. Because I followed the dog.
Yeah.
I thought the dog was his dog.
That's wild. The whole Lane Kiffin thing is a walk the plank. And honestly, like, kudos to him for for just constantly embracing the role of being the bad guy. So, cool, guys. Well, I've been watching. Kiddo's finally down to sleep, so thought I'd join y'all for a minute.
Good. Yeah,
Cool.
That's all. That's all. That's it.
Jared, I'm going to pose this question to you since we did cover this a little bit, and this is titled Bowl Watch. What bowl game do you want to go to, and what opponent? Give us like 5 opponents that you like to see in a couple bowl games.
I don't hate the Fenway Bowl. I'm not opposed to it. Wouldn't mind doing a game against like a Louisville. What?
That's literally exactly what I was like. If we went to Fenway, it'd be Louisville, but
yeah. Trying to think. The Liberty Bowl, is that a Big 12 or an SEC tie-in? SEC?
SEC, but they might not have enough teams. The SEC might have to do some weird stuff with their bowls if they get too many teams in the playoffs.
Give me either. I wouldn't mind the Birmingham. Like, I hate saying it. Like, Birmingham is like we've just done it too many times now. Same with the Military Bowl. If we're gonna play in the Military Bowl, give me like a Duke in there. I don't know that there's really anybody else I care to see there. I wouldn't be opposed, depending on how the conference championship games shake out this weekend. I wouldn't be opposed to an East Carolina JMU like matchup, and either I know it kind of works out sometimes. Like Birmingham could be American, could be Sun Belt, could be SEC. But also the Myrtle Beach Bowl, that's an American Conference and Sun Belt team. It's a quick drive for ECU fans. We've already shown that we can win on that field. I mean, JMU did too last week, but overall, I think that would be an interesting matchup to see. Okay, how are we against one of the top G5 opponents or G5 teams in the country? I think I'm at 3 or 4 now. Give me, if we're, I don't want any part of the bowl. What is it, the Armed Forces Bowl in Texas? I don't want any part of that. Don't miss me with Hawaii. I ain't going to Hawaii.
Oh, we're already not in that.
Right.
Oh, has that already been like? Look, I've been in the hospital for the last 48 hours. Actually, it's only 24. It feels like 48, but so yeah, I don't know what's time is not this place is like freaking Las Vegas. Time is not real. There's no clocks anywhere.
No clocks, just a few windows.
Like, you could have told me it was 2:00 in the morning, I would have believed you. You could have told me it was 5:00 in the afternoon, I would have believed you. I have no concept of what time it is. Yeah, I just happened to see y'all were on still, so I came on. No, Hawaii. Yeah, I really like the Liberty Bowl matchup. It would be that would typically be an SEC team, but yeah, who knows what happens. Give me like a good like Big 12 team. See how we stack up against like a decent Big 12 team.
Sure. I like Fenway. I like ECU Louisville Fenway.
Yeah, Fenway's just a cool place. Like, it's gonna be cold as shit.
It is.
I don't know, man. All I'm asking for is a bowl after Christmas.
Would you be opposed to? Okay, well, this might actually fit what you're saying. Would you be opposed to a Duke's Mayo Bowl?
No,
Because right now, Brett
that'd be
McMurphy
sick.
has ACC Group of 5.
That I think. You know what? If that's what we're gonna do, like, give me Georgia Tech.
Oh no, I don't want that. I don't want that at all.
Like, you're gonna get one of the premier teams from the ACC this year in that bowl game.
I mean, if it is going to be Duke's Mail, it is probably going to be like a Tech.
Of Virginia.
Give me SMU.
Yeah, I'd rather SMU than Tech.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't think SMU. I mean, you could see Pitt.
Pitt could be there.
Which I wouldn't be opposed to.
Georgia Tech. I'm afraid of Georgia Tech.
It's going to be that's going to be probably the number one ACC team that's not in the college football playoff. So you're looking at if Duke wins this week, it's probably Virginia. I mean, I don't think it's Miami. I don't know what they're going to do with Miami. I don't know. I mean,
well, you can't have a world where you put Notre Dame and you don't put Miami in. That can't be a thing. That can't.
Already, I got news for you.
You set
the college football playoff does not give a damn.
Because you're gonna have teams that are not going to value head-to-head matchups and not schedule these types.
I mean, you're already seeing it. And to that point, like, you look at even the two group of 5 schools that are vying for that 4th and 5th best conference champion. 2 of the 3 haven't played a damn soul outside of JMU playing Louisville, right? They haven't played anybody. Like, we always talk about strength of schedule, strength of record, but at the end of the day, like, it doesn't match up. And these programs, like in the SEC and the Big Ten, who do they play? Other than themselves, who do they play? And going back off of it, and we're always going to have this argument. Like, the SEC is propped up by ESPN and the media bias, and so is the Big Ten. Do I think that they are the best conference? I do, but do I also think that they're not like? I don't think that the bias helps any of the other conferences, if that makes sense.
I'll just say that the number one rule in a tiebreak is head-to-head matchup. They're both 10-2. Miami won the actual football game against Notre Dame. There's no logic at all to put in a Notre Dame if you're not going to put a Miami. If you're going to leave both out, fair. If you're putting Notre Dame in, Miami's got to be in. Or just put Miami in. Keep Notre Dame out.
I think you're getting real close to a world, especially if Duke loses, to not having Miami or Notre Dame in. Because, I mean, you've got a James Madison team, most likely. I mean, you would think that they would be in. If James Madison doesn't beat Troy on Saturday, like, that is the ultimate bag fumble if Duke also beats Virginia and Charlotte. Like, that would be the ultimate. That's some ECU shit to do. Like, you have the chance and you fumble it. You fumble it on the 1-yard line through the end zone.
You step out of bounds.
Yeah, like it's some weird shit like that. Like, some rule that nobody knew about in college football. They're like, yeah, this is rule 72-AB 123. Like, whatever. The whole team is disqualified. That would be some shit that would happen. Look, JMU If Duke wins, JMU's in, as long as they take care of business on Saturday, and then whoever wins the American is in. That is taking one spot away from Notre Dame or Miami, and then, I mean, it's just okay. What are we doing here? What I will say is atrocious is Alabama jumping Notre Dame in the rankings this past week after a one-score win on the road at Auburn, a team that is just hired a coach that, finished with the same record as East Carolina this year.
Yeah. Doesn't really hurt my heart, though, because Notre Dame's best win is SC. So doesn't really hurt me.
I mean, that's the problem with the SEC and the buys. Like, why is Tennessee still receiving votes when they haven't beat anybody that's got a winning record? Like, why are they still in the top? Why? But then you talk about an American Conference team that is 10-2 on the season, and we're like, okay, well, they haven't beat anybody. Well, who has Tennessee beat? They haven't beat anybody that's got a winning record. Why are they in the top 25?
I mean, they lost to Vandy, at home.
That was an ugly game too. That was that second half, they just got the dog piss beat out of them. That second half had me questioning whether I would actually consider putting Diego Pavia as Heisman. Watching what he did to Tennessee was just okay, this guy's carving them up. So, whatever. Hey, just give me a bowl game after Christmas. And if it's Duke's Mayo, I would love the Duke's Mayo Bowl. I think that would be an absolute win-win for the bowl, for East Carolina University. And I also think it would be a win for the fans because getting to watch East Carolina head coach Blake Harrell eat some mayo or get a bowl of mayo or whatever they do dumped on him would be fantastic.
We're taking a road trip if it's Duke's Mayo. So I know. Taking a road trip.
I mean, it's just down the Charlotte.
For sure.
I'm about to say, which is right next door. So.
Did y'all do Gambling Corner?
Yeah.
What were the picks this week?
Yeah.
Oh, let me get that pulled back. What do we have? We picked all the conference championship games.
Okay.
I think I had Georgia over Bama, BYU over Texas Tech, Ohio State over Indiana, Virginia over Duke, James Madison over Troy, got UNLV over Boise.
State.
Is there a world where JMU actually covers that 23 and what is it, 23 and a half?
I think we lost Josh. Josh, we got you.
Am I here?
I got you.
I see you. You don't see me.
All right. I like Troy, or no, I like JMU, excuse me, misspeak. JMU, Georgia, Ohio State, Texas Tech, and this is going just purely off of the dome. What, as much as I would hate to say it, give me Virginia over Duke. I think it's not even remotely close. Jacksonville State. And that BYU Texas Tech, I'm going Texas Tech. I don't care about Miami, Ohio, or Western Michigan. Both could lose or win. I don't really care. Ohio State to cover. I think that's an absolute lock. I don't know. I like. I think I like Ohio State by. You could almost convince me to do by 10 points.
Oh no, I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be that bad.
I'm just saying. You can almost. 7. I'm a pure lock. 10. You could convince me.
Ohio State's losing this game.
They very well could. They very well could. I got Ohio State winning, but
it would not surprise me. But like at the same time, if they win, they're going to go out there and they're going to win, and they're going to do exactly what they've done all year: take their lunch pail into work, get the job done, walk out, and nobody's going to bat an eye because it's just what they do. Did I miss any? Oh, the American. Give me. It's so weird. With both coaches being gone.
Yeah.
They're still there. They're not gone.
They're gone, but they're there, but they're gone. You know what I mean.
Lights on, but nobody's home.
I think I'm going North Texas.
So you're gonna betray friend of the podcast,
I'm not betraying him.
Florida coach.
I'm not betraying him. Look, the North Texas thing was announced a week and a half ago. Before like their last game, they went out. They handled business in that last game. Summerall has been. He got hired Sunday. It's been kind of a whirlwind for him, and now he's flying back and forth between New Orleans and Gainesville, and I just don't know, man. I don't know how prepared this team's going to be come. Was it? It's Friday night. That's tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night,
They're
8 p.m.
playing in front of 50 people because the game's not even sold out for a conference championship game at home.
Tulane doesn't have fans.
But okay. But do you think ECU would sell out a conference championship game? Had we hosted this year,
would probably be a sellout, but the actual attendance maybe not.
I think conference championship game, you got 45K in there easily.
I would say 42 to 43. It's going to look like a pretty full stadium.
And then they're probably going to give away a bunch of tickets.
Because Tulane's selling tickets for $16 right now.
Give them away. Just
Tulane can't get people to come to their games anyways. And they're a top 25 team. We still have the best attendance in the conference in a lot of the G5. And we don't even sell 68% of our 69% of our capacity.
67%.
Is that what it is? Is 67?
No,
67.
I mean, you went for the 69, so I had to go for the 67.
21. The real ones now. All right, guys. Well,
that's it.
I really logged on here to actually do actual work. This is my work laptop. I don't have any headphones. I don't have anything. I sound like trash. I'm sorry.
You know what? These guys are still screwing around. Let me just hop in for a quick.
Yeah, I was like, what are these? I was just watching. I wasn't even listening. I was in the room, and then I was like, it looks like it's something I want to do. So I was having FOMO. I miss y'all.
We miss you too, bud.
I had a ton of takes for this podcast. A ton of takes. Well, I'll talk about them next week.
I'll say we got to show.
I'll say we don't have anything else. Look, we did not even discuss anything else. Like no basketball. There was no point.
Yeah, just easy football.
I feel so bad for Mike Schwartz.
Do you?
No, I do. He took the job with a lot of hope and a lot of passion, and I think ECU drained it from. I mean, he still has the passion, but like, there's no way he has hope.
He's starting to realize what it is.
Yeah, like I don't know, man.
That's what will happen to you at East Carolina. Like, you come in with all this like excitement, and then by year 3, it's like, why do I even wake up anymore?
Yeah, no, I legit, I don't even think that. I don't think ECU gets the chance to fire him at the end of the year. I think he just leaves. Honestly,
I'm just gonna head out.
Yeah, like I'm just gonna go. I mean, there are many national high school teams in the state of North Carolina he could coach for and make similar money.
Like, I don't know why we even kid ourselves and trying to act like we care about basketball. Like, funnel all that money. Like, we're putting money behind this program, and last time I think I saw we were 320th in the net rankings. Like, we are absolute dog shit.
Yeah, we're terrible.
Like, I'm sorry. And I love ECU basketball, but like, I have lost all interest in watching this team. I have.
I mean, I've got credentials, and I don't know if I'm going to end up using them. I really don't.
Look, I don't.
It's probably a waste.
Like I would love to go support. It's just a matter of, man, that's gas.
Yeah, you got a life. You got money.
That's time.
And to go in and, okay, we're going to lose to some, or we're going to win by 3 against a D2 program. Like, no. Get out of here. I don't know why we can't seem to construct a roster that can even be close to even the middle of the pack in the American. Like, what are we doing? Why are these schools in the middle of BFE or in, like, I don't know, why are these other schools so much better than us in basketball? Who the hell?
We are in the heart of basketball country.
Why is Florida Atlantic supposed to be like the best team in the one of the best teams in the conference? Same goes for North Texas. Like, who the hell cares? And even in Denton, you could still make a case. Like, you've still got TCU, you've got SMU, you've got the Mavericks. Like, why? But people still care about North Texas basketball. At East Carolina, that's the only basketball you got, and nobody gives a shit. So, I don't know. I truly think that we should just build our baseball and football programs up to be the best in the conference. Don't even worry about basketball.
Just relegate basketball.
And then basketball will be the you see it. Schools have their sports, and if you have 2 of the 3, you're gonna be good.
Yeah, you can say that about Penn State. Like, when's the last time you ever heard about Penn State basketball being good ever at anything? So,
well, the only thing they got is football up there. You want to talk about a walk the plank? Penn State.
Yeah. Yeah. Where are they going? Yeah, we talked about that earlier too.
Y'all were one of the first ones to fire your coach, and you're the only one without a coach left.
Billy Napier didn't even. Did Billy Napier get a call at least? That's really my question.
Right.
To me, that's a downgrade.
It is, but still, like at least he coached power.
Why are you firing James Franklin for Billy Napier? Like,
Yeah, that is true. That's very, very true.
Well, okay, they didn't fire him for him. That's just where they ended up. Like,
yeah,
that's
but like,
the thing,
why? Like, you fired James Franklin
And they go
when
get
you did, and nobody is picking up the phone because they don't want that job.
Yeah. It's a good job, but it makes it weird because it is a good job.
Is it?
It is a good job. Yes.
I mean, they got resources, yeah, but like, and they have history, although marred.
second to last recruiting class.
Like, they're just they're gonna mess around, and they're gonna end up being the like a Michigan State for the next decade.
Oof. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, who are they? Did they hire Billy Napier? No, they did.
JMU did
You.
5 years.
Not a bad hire by them. Also, I don't think Bob Chesney. I don't think Bob Chesney is going to work out great in UCLA. That guy's known for recruiting the South. So yeah, why not take our talents to Hollywood? That makes a ton of sense. You couldn't be Harrisonburg, Virginia, and Los Angeles, California. Couldn't be two more polar opposites of each other. I don't know. All right, this is y'all show. I'm out.
We're all out. No need to worry.
Hey, yeah, we wrapping this thing up. But if that is everything, Jared, we do appreciate the little cameo. We appreciate you coming in. Hey, Power Nation, please subscribe to the show. Please follow us on socials. Please hit that subscribe. Leave us a review wherever you listen to podcasts. As always, wash your hands, wash your butts. We will see y'all next week. We out of here. Deuce.